I guess, relationship side of things, it's kind of like there's a disconnect, not with everybody, but with, I would say, a big chunk of it, it's a disconnect. And I I still don't understand why, but I know that as a, I've heard Black men say that when it comes to being with a Black woman, it's as if they have to be on all the time and have to still prove themselves to them. And they don't want to have to do that. And so they typically go for women that they don't have to like prove themselves to. And that obviously is not true for everybody, but it's one thing that I have experienced, and to believe like there's a standard that Black women have that subconsciously we don't know about, that we hold our Black men to. And when they don't meet those standards, it's like, oh, you're no good. You're just like all these other dudes out here. And it's hard for them to be held to a standard that's not them and not to be given a chance to be themselves. They feel like they have to be this image all the time at work, out in the streets, when they're with their friends, family, whatever. And it's like when they come home to their significant other, they want to be able to relax and everything. And so
why? So it's interesting. So I was going to ask you if you felt like that was true.
Yeah. Unfortunately, yes. Obviously not the vast majority, but it's true no matter how big or small it is. And it sucks to hear. And as a Black woman, I think about that and I'm like, okay, when I am in conversations or in relationships with a Black man or whoever, how am I helping them when we're in the same space together? Am I making them feel inferior to me? Am I making them feel like they have to be on all the time? Or is it a place where they can come and relax and be in solitude when they're around me?
So
shout out to Just Pearly Things and your girl Jess. That was excuse me. That was a video that they shot some time ago regarding Just Pearly Things Pearly or Pearl red pilling Jess, her friend, to Kevin Samuels. And once again, Kevin Samuels is on point, but this isn't necessarily about him. This is more about the fact that in the dating marketplace, men in general, and Black men in particular, are being held to a standard that they can't possibly reach. There's no way on God's green earth that we gents can tick all the boxes that today's modern woman presents to us. You can get some of them. If you're really lucky, you get most of them, but you'll never get all of them. Why is that? There are many, many reasons. But one reason that I have subscribed to, and that's a reason that quite a few other people on the podcasting world also agree with, is women have been Disneyfied. And that simply means that they watch all these Disney shows, Princess and the Frog, Cinderella, Snow White, Sleeping Beauty, all those things where they're told that someday their prince will come, sweep them off their feet, and they'll live happily ever after. And that's something to aspire to. Don't get it twisted. Don't get me wrong. But they don't tell you exactly how to get it, or even deeper still, how to keep it. getting a person in today's marketplace is a battle. That's not an opinion, that's fact. More so for the male than the female, because although the male technically and traditionally holds the keys to relationships, women control the access to sex. And male, every male wants access to that. Now, if they're homosexual, that's a different story because they want something else. But in the end, that's what they want. And because they want it, they'll make concessions to get it. And today's woman is savvy enough to realize they make concessions, so they move the goalposts. This is a dance as old as time itself. And because this is old as time itself, and because both males and females, men and women, both play the game, and the ground rules are fluid because they do change, it's worth looking into a couple of facts that alter the dynamics of the playing field. The first thing that comes to mind is the 3 or 4 6 rule that women like to have. They want 6 feet, 6 figures, 6-pack, and 6 inches. Now, you may hear giggling and laughter after that, but that's what they want. And they've been told through Disney fairy tales and Hallmark and all that other stuff like that, it's obtainable. All you gotta do is hold out. Hope against hope. And one day, when you least expect it, it'll come to you. That, my friends, is a lie. And you can't justify it, you can't quantify it, you can't dismiss it. It's a lie. And the reason why it's a lie is because of that fact that women own access to sex. Because they control access to sex, a male will do anything, say anything, do anything, if they think that it's going to improve their chances of their end game, which is to have sex. Let me repeat that for those who didn't get it. Because women control access to sex, men will do anything, say anything, whatever it takes. Men will do it if they feel that the end result, which is having sex with this woman, is an outcome or is a possible outcome. Now, hearing that being said out loud, because people know it, everybody knows it, they just don't say it. It's a known fact. It's a fact. And because of that fact being known, And because men will move heaven and earth to make that happen, you can find some really, really messed up situations and outcomes. Classic example. Male and a female, man and woman, are at a bar. The man has got the courage up to shoot his shot. He shot it and he shoots it and finds the woman is agreeable to it. They begin to conversate. And during the course of this conversation, after normal pleasantries are dispensed, you get to the meat of the encounter. What are you looking for in a potential mate? That is not a trick question. That is not a gotcha question. That's an honest question. Here's where the fun and games begin. Because a woman will tell a man what she wants for the most part. And the younger a woman is in this interaction, the more truthful it'll be. Because let's face it, when women first start dating, they have the pick of the litter. They come to the table just being themselves. And guys literally kill themselves for a chance to talk to her, for a chance to be with her. As the woman gets older, the options are fewer and farther between to come by. Because looks fade, and the body count goes up. And let's face it, the higher a woman's body count is, the less likely it is for her to land a quality man. Is it fair? No. Should you hold the man to the same set of criteria? In an ideal world, yes. We don't live in an ideal world. And because we don't live in an ideal world, we get the double standard. In this case, the double standard is men tend to have higher body counts, women tend to have lower body counts. And this is because, once again, shout out to Just Pearly Things, because they brought this to my attention during one of their podcasts. Women tend to gravitate toward men who are experienced in the bedroom arts. They don't want to teach the guy nothing. They want to come in, be swept off their feet, and get great back-breaking sex. They want a guy to bust them down proper. That's what they want. Conversely, men don't want that. They want, in an ideal world, they want a virgin. They want someone who is if not brand spanking new, very, very in the beginning stages of the bedroom arts, because they want to teach them. They want to mold them to do things that they like, and they need someone who's pliable, someone who's willing and eager to train. Once again, that's not right. It's not fair. It is also a fact. But going back to our conversation, she tells him this stuff, and the guy, after hearing this, his brain clicks and he starts thinking, what can I say to maximize my chances of betting this woman? Because that's the end goal. The end goal of any heterosexual male is to bed a woman. And the sooner they bed this woman, the better off they'll feel. So he starts thinking, what can I say to maximize my chances? Well, I'm 6 foot. It's 5'11". But go on. I work at a mega dealership, car dealership. Yeah, he's the porter. I can bust you down properly. I know I can do that. So he says. All these things he's saying, all these things he's spewing are for the benefit of the female, who then take this information, process it, and in the guy's case, hopefully come up with a positive. Want to get out of here? Yeah. Want to go to my place? Yeah. Want to sleep with me? Yeah. Men are simple. And that's not up for debate either. That's a fact. Men, by our very nature, are simple creatures. Someone once said, the ideal man as a woman who keeps his belly full, his sack empty, and his mind at peace. And after chuckling about that for a minute, I thought, that's true. That's very true. The first and foremost thing that I agreed with was peace. Man works all day, has the stresses of working all day, has the grind to deal with. Disagreeable bosses, impossible deadlines, etc., so forth. Busts his butt. Now, after that, who wants to come home to a disorganized, disharmonious household? I don't. And if you're honest with yourself, you won't either. You want to come home, kick your feet up, and relax. And to do that, there's going to have to be some trade-offs. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Let me go back a bit. So he shoots his shot. Now the ball's in the woman's court. Woman, as I said before, she has to process the information and come to a decision. Now something was told to me, I want to say by my missus, a long time ago, and I think it's still true today. Women know within the first 5 minutes of meeting someone if they're going to sleep with them or not. Within the first 5 minutes of meeting someone, a woman will know if the guy she's speaking with will sleep with her. That means you got 5 minutes to shoot your best shot. Anything after that is superfluous. It's either going to strengthen your case or weaken it. And these days, most of the time, if we're be totally honest with people, with you guys out there, is women are going to not only dish you, they're going to dismiss you. That's if they decide to talk to you from Jump Street, from the get-go. And more times than not, they're not gonna. And guys know this. That's why there's a growing movement in the manosphere, on the male side of the ball, that a lot of guys just like, you know what, I'm out. I'm not gonna bother. Because another fact that was brought to my attention, once again, shout out to Just Pearly Things. You need to watch me if you don't. But one other thing I learned on that podcast was, one of their podcasts, I should say, was according to a web survey, 80% of women want 20% of men. They're all picking the same guy. They're picking the 6'4", 6-figure, 6-pack, 6-inch guy. And they're rare. The average height of a male in the United States is 5'10". That's average. And a woman wants 6 feet or better. Great if you want the basketball team. Great. Not so great if you're just looking for someone just to be with. And that's ultimately what guys want out of relationships. Someone to be with. Someone who can help them have better days. And who, on a whole, has more good days than bad days. Cheer me on through the good times. Help me through the hard times. That's it. Everything else is a bonus. That's why guys don't have a checklist. Because let's be honest. If it has a pulse, a guy will jump it. That's why it's been often said, people have said that big girls, that guys don't like big girls, this and the other thing. The truth of the matter is this. If a guy feels that no one's going to know what he's doing, he'll hit it. He'll bed the big girl. He won't tell anybody about it. He sure as hell's not going to bring her around, but he'll hit it. And in doing so, he feeds the woman's psyche and makes a difficult decision darn near impossible. Because now he's even got the big girls thinking, "Oh, I can hit, I can get that again. I can do that." And yes, you can, because guys will go for it if they can pull it off and ensure that none of their boys are going to see it, because they can always blow it off, but they feel that they can get away with it, so to speak. They'll do it. But, and there's a big one coming up, but they feel that they'll bed you, but they won't wife you. And this goes for every male in the spectrum, from the 9s and 10s down to the 2s and 1s. Oh, they'll bed you. I have a grand old time. They'll try breaking you back 6 weeks from Sunday. And they'll fuck you. They'll sex you. But they won't make love to you. They won't take you in front of their family and friends. They won't get down on one knee and propose to you. And they darn sure won't make you their wife and spend the rest of their lives with you. And that, while being truthful, is blatantly dishonest. Completely unfair. Because women, through the act of lovemaking, secrete a hormone that helps them pair bond. It's called an orgasm. Men do it too, do their orgasm, so they also pair bond. But for women, it's a must. And after they pair bond through the act of sex, they start thinking, I can get this guy. I can get him. I can change him. I can mold him into the guy that I feel he should be. Now notice in that turn of phrase there, I said I, me, what she wants, always what she wants. Not once did I say what he wanted, because they don't know. And they're too wrapped up in their own self-importance to ask. Now, as I said, men, because of their way, their nature, their hardwiring, look to fulfill the prime directive, and their prime directive is to sow their seeds, to be fruitful, become many, and fill the earth. That's their impulse. That's their biological urge. And in the days gone past, they do it by hook or crook. As long as they felt that they would fulfill their ultimate objective, they do whatever it takes to fulfill it. Very quickly, let's look at grape. It has been said that grape is not a sexual act, it's an act of power. And that's true. It's asserting dominance, showing that the aggressor is the predator and the victim is prey. But while that's true, and it is an act of power, it can't be discounted. That's just another way of fulfilling the prime directive. That's just another way of men sowing their seeds, sowing their wild oats. The wild oats, excuse me. There's a lot more that we can discuss about this topic, and we will, but it will be a story for another day. We're going to wrap it up right about now. Hit the like button, the subscribe button, hit the notification bell. Become a part of the family. The rewards are many, and we'll go over them in another episode. But until then, until the next, brother, say peace.